Hello, my name is Robert Hodges, and I'm part of a team exploring integration between vCloud Director and Cloud Assembly. Cloud Assembly is a new cloud-based service that allows users to set up, deploy, and iterate on cloud applications with minimal effort. Cloud Assembly calls these procedures blueprints. The demo you're about to see gives a feel for how the two products fit together. This is an active design effort, but we would like to share our ideas now and get feedback from users. Let's get started. The first step in using Cloud Assembly is to create an account that connects us to vCloud Director. We've already done this, but let's have a look at how to create another account. We'll press the Cloud Account button, and then we'll select vCloud Director from one of the tiles. This pops up a Cloud Account Credentials screen where we can enter our endpoint URL, our username, as well as password. We can also give it a name, validate the connection, and then save. We've already done this, so we'll just cancel out. The next step is to create a project. Projects are like folders that collect blueprints and groups of resources. We have a project already configured. Let's take a quick look. So we open up our project, VCD Back Office. We see that it has tracks users. It also has what are called cloud zones, which are groups of resources. This is just a prototype, so we don't have them connected up yet, but they will be added in future and allow you to specify which resources your blueprints will actually apply to. Since we have a project, let's go ahead and enter the blueprint editor. We'll start with an existing blueprint to give you a flavor of the development experience. Let's go in and start the visual editor. We'll make this just a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. Blueprints define the state of the cloud application we'd like to create. Let's look at the diagram. It's a VApp named Accounting 1 with 2 VMs and SNAT and DNAT rules. All of these connect to a back office network, which allows the VMs to access both each other as well as talk to the outside world. The boxes in this diagram are the resources we want to deploy. The arrows show how resources depend on each other. For example, you have to create the network before VMs can attach to it. So that we have arrows that go from the VMs to the network. Cloud Assembly tracks dependencies and ensures resources are created and deployed in the right order. If we want to add to the network or to the blueprint, we can simply go select resources from the left-hand side. We see that there are 7 kinds of VCD resources in this example. We expect this is a small number, but we expect there will be many more in future. For example, if we wanted to add an Edge Gateway VPN, it would be as simple as grabbing it and putting it on the palette. The Edge Gateway VPN then appears inside the resource definition. We can go ahead and delete it, and it will take it away. There we go. We can also create resources quickly by copying and pasting on the right-hand side and then filling in the properties. The editor is nice because it takes care of telling us which properties are available as well as ensuring that they're consistent. I can add a memory property as simply as pressing enter and then selecting it and putting a number in. Once our blueprint is complete, we can go ahead and deploy it. Let's press the deploy button, and this pops up a screen that allows us to give it a name, select the version of the blueprint, in this case the current draft, and then give it a description. This would take a fairly long time to run, so we're going to cancel out of this and have a quick look at what happens when we run this in the background. So let's go over to vCloud Director and look at the Accounting 1 application that was created from this information. So we see the 2 VMs. The actual VM names, if you look closely, were AP98 and GL99, and they're connected to back office net, just as we specified in the description. One other interesting thing about the VApps is that we can have additional VApps in the system, such as this Magento VApp, that coexist with VApps that are created using blueprints. They can sit side by side, and there are no problems managing them. Finally, let's have a look at the advanced networking features. So we had 3 NAT rules defined in the blueprint. Here they are. So an SNAT rule that allows us, our VMs, to talk to the outside world, and then 2 DNAT rules which allow SSH access into each VM. We've looked at the blueprinting process and the results of deployment in some detail. Let's now return and look at some of the other features of Cloud Assembly. So going back to infrastructure, one of the most useful features of Cloud Assembly is policies. These allow you to control the usage of cloud resources across different groups. So for example, cloud zones group different classes of resources for different types of deployments, such as dev, QA, or production. You also have flavor mappings, which define VMs based on their capacity, such as number of CPUs. Image mappings have a similar purpose, allowing you to have images that work across clouds and using the same name. Network profiles group network resources into bundles that can be then assigned to particular projects. And storage profiles, much like VCD, define classes of storage. In fact, you'll notice some of these things could be read essentially out of the VCD metadata, and we think that that's an interesting area to look at as we get further into the integration. Taken together, these policies allow you to define resource consumption and enforce them in deployments. You can also create blueprints that work generically across different cloud environments. We call these cloud-agnostic blueprints. These would, for example, set up a Magento application either in Azure or Amazon. Finally, Cloud Assembly integrates with the VMware Marketplace or libraries that you create yourself. That means that you can have consistent sets of blueprints and images shared across groups. It allows users to start quickly from patterns that other people have carefully validated. If you just think about setting up firewalls, it's easy to see how this could be useful. We hope this demo has been useful in explaining how VCD and Cloud Assembly can work together to benefit your users. Please don't hesitate to contact us and give feedback. We look forward to your ideas. Thank you.